All right, we're getting ready for a car show, and I got a bunch of parts to replace. I just did a drag link and a new trans filter, pan, and shift kit on this. A new rear main in the transmission, and a new pinion seal. And so this Crestline's ready to go, but the one that needs work still is mine. So I'm going to be doing plugs, filter, thermostats, and then I got to get a shroud support on my pickup. So I'm going to just bring you guys along, share some facts with you while I go and do that. So I'm going to grab the tools, head over to the other shop, and I will see you there. All right, so I'm going to show you guys how to replace the fuel line that goes from your tank to your fuel pump in a 1950 Ford Crestline. And I mean, there's a bunch of other things I got to do. I'll show you how to get that old shackle out and everything. Then I have a new filler neck filler neck rubber for the tank, but I'm not going to be doing that right now, especially because I've already had that tank out. So you're going to need a 1/2 inch and a 9/16 wrench. Line wrench is preferred, but if you don't have one, is what it is. So yeah, let's get to it. Okay, so your line that you're going to be replacing will be the one right there that goes to the fuel pump right there. And if you get too big of a hose, you get too much fuel, and it will diesel when you shut it off. And you see here, this is a tiny hose, and that's apparently exactly what these need. So yeah, well, let's get to it. You're gonna want to take that bottom line off first because that has the flared, and then you can twist off the backside of that fuel pump. The aftermarket fuel lines, they're way too big for what you want to do. So this is a 1/2 inch line, which is the only one that I could find that would fit around these barbs. And these barbs you can only find at like a Tractor Supply store, Baumgars, Orscheln's, TSC, and they're just way too big. You'll run through a lot of fuel very, very fast. And so I found on Shoebox Central, they have 4 different lines. They all have different styles. So your Mercury flathead has one style. Your 8BA flathead, which is your standard Ford flathead, it has a different style. And then they have one more that is just like a new pipe thread. It's like if you put different fittings and stuff on, is what they want you to use it for. And so if you find the right hose, you'll use the correct amount of fuel and everything like that. But after you put that line on, you want to check and make sure that you don't have any leaks. And then after that, I mean, if you don't have any leaks, you should be good. Then we'll be moving on to the shackle. So I found out that it was leaking brake fluid, and I was like, okay. And so I popped the wheel cylinder apart, and I have a rebuild kit right here. Rebuild kits are, $4 to $5. Wow, these front pads are just about shot, actually. Just looking at that. Wow. I'm gonna be in here again, that's for sure. But anyways, I've got to do some brake work to it later, and I just want to show you guys how to rebuild wheel cylinders. So you have your plungers or cups, you have a spring in the middle that keeps it held together, and then you have your outside grommet and pins, and your pins go right there. And And I'm gonna show you real fast how to put it together, because I didn't show how to take it apart. So what I like to do is stick a grommet in right here, or a seal or a cap, depending on what you call it. Okay, I got that. You also have to use the same caps, by the way, so if you need to clean them up, do so. And then after you get that cap in, you want to make sure that your spring seats, and then you throw your other cap in on the other side. And, well, I'm a big fan of rebuilding them instead of getting all new. And number one, because on this back side, they're almost impossible to get out. And number two, it just makes things a lot easier. You know, if you're one of those people that care about getting it to be all original and everything, that's another thing you could look for. But most people honestly don't care, to be quite frank with you. And then I'm not even gonna clean these up. I'm running low on time. So once you get these in, sometimes you need to give her a little persuasion, because if you have to rebuild them, the chances are rust built up and ruined your seals. Okay, that one's in. Okay, now we can put our caps on, and most times what you want to do is pop the old pin out and go ahead and stick it in the new bushing grommet deal way before you even there we go, like that. And then you just throw it in like so. Okay. I'm gonna start on the back side because I only have one hand. And then you just work it on. I'll get back to you guys after I get done doing this. These ones have front drums, and I looked at the old pads, and the old pads, there was like nothing left, literally. This one got old chewed. These are old asbestos pads. And I'm gonna show you guys how to rebuild wheel cylinders if it needs it. I don't know, I can't really tell if it's leaking right now, just because I haven't really drove it, but I don't think it's leaking, so I don't think I'm even gonna mess with it. But I do have rebuild kits for them. And so first things first, pop that dust cover off, pop your hairpin out, and then unscrew your nut, and then your whole hub will come off. So I took the hub off, and I more than likely am going to be rebuilding that wheel cylinder, which there's really nothing to it. But first things first, you need to pop these springs off, and then your nails, you need to take your nail heads off, and then after you take those off, the springs will kind of come down in like a W, and then you can take your bottom spring off and your tensioner off as well. A lot of people will need to soak that in like ATF and like alcohol or gas just to get it to break free, bust that loose. So that's what I'm gonna do right now. So after you get your brake assembly off, you're gonna be left with just your wheel cylinder. So you're gonna wanna pop these covers off that go right there. Pop those off, and then out comes your old spring. That's your old cup right there. And then sometimes you'll need to pound the, yeah, see, it's full of rust. There was no way that was gonna seal good. Sometimes you need to pound your old cup out this way, and I think that's what I'm gonna do. Want to take some sandpaper in there because, as you can see, it's pretty nasty. So take some sandpaper in there. If you have a wheel cylinder hone, that would work good. If not, just use sandpaper. In your rebuild kit, you're going to get 2 plungers, 2 cups, and a spring. So your cups go on the end, and that's what seals it. And then your spring goes in the middle. That's what pushes them out. And then your cups or seals or whatever you want to call it goes on the outside edge. That's basically just a dust cover, essentially. And I'm going to be doing spark plugs, the canister filter, because they were trying to charge me, I think, 50 or 60 bucks for a canister filter. And I looked on AC Delco, and they're 12 bucks for a Baldwin filter. I've already done a carburetor. I need to do thermostats on it as well, which they're 1/2-inch bolts. Take them off on each side, re-silicone the gaskets back on, call it a day. So I'm going to get started with these thermostats. That way the silicone has time to kind of set up. So yeah, let's get started. Okay, so I got the thermostat off. They had 195s in it, but I'm throwing 160s in it because flatheads generally run hotter. And they were supposed to send me gaskets, but they didn't, and I'm not going to wait on them because why would I? And so I'm going to do the right thing and use a tube of silicone to make my own gaskets. For the time being, it's going to have to be. So I'm going to get these gasketed. I already got the other side on. The gasket was fine, so I just left it. It'll probably leak. More than likely, it will leak. So yeah. But a lot of times on this old metal, you're going to want to use silicone anyways because it gets pitted and you can't just seal it very good. And so silicone is your best friend when dealing with old cars. So I'm going to get a gasket silicone. I'm going to get the spark plugs out, put new plugs in, and yeah, then I'll talk to you then. All right, so that pretty much wraps up this car. You'll be seeing more of my, well, not mine, but my grandpa's Model A pickup that I'm building. I got the engine painted and everything since you guys seen it last. And I did the thermostats, oil filter, I made a bunch of stuff. So I'll probably do a video when I'm at the car show. But, yeah, no, I mean, I'm going to a car show next weekend with it, so let's hope it makes it, and let's hope people like it. I mean, I don't really care, but that's a plus. That's always a plus after you get done building something that, you know, other people than you like it. So I might get bored and chop the muffler off of it. I don't know yet, but I got about a million other things to do. I'll go and show you. Well, that'll be it for a little while. Tonight when I go home, I'm gonna order parts for this, and then hopefully get that project on the roll. And yeah, so, well, thank you for watching, if you did. If you're interested in this kind of stuff, subscribe, like, do whatever you want. I don't really care. I mean, it's up to you. But I'm gonna only keep posting videos if I get, you know, a kickback from it, which I don't mean kickback as in money. I mean kickback as in people liking what I'm putting out. So yeah, no, if you guys like it, let me know. Subscribe, like, that shows me that you want to see more of it. And I have my 1950 Ford Crestline project that's coming up. I'm going to put a Boss 302 in it with a Muncie 4-speed, maybe even Borg Warner 4-speed, I don't know yet. I have both of them at the shop. And I'll be doing that one after this one, so hopefully I can get this one out of here before long. So anyways, I rambled on. Thanks for watching.